Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy CB, and we are here once again to review another episode of The Wonder Years. This is the fourth episode, and it's called The Workplace. The way the episode starts, Dean's writing a letter to his brother Bruce, who's off at the war. And his mom's helping to get a care package together for Bruce. And the letter's just one thing that's going in there. She's sending Bruce some other things, including some condoms that Dean thinks are balloons. She sends some cookies that Kim was supposed to bake, but didn't because she was too worried about the hem on her skirt. And Bill ate the pork rinds that was supposed to go in the care package before they were able to get mailed off. So Lillian's already having a hard time today because of the care package not being everything that she wanted it to be, plus the fact that she had to do some things that she wasn't really expecting to do. So, that's kind of like the way that it starts off with her being a little bit disappointed, on top of the fact that the chore chart isn't being getting done to her satisfaction. So, Lillian's just kind of losing as the episode starts off. And then Dean reminds his dad, Bill, that it's take your son to work day. And since Bill's not teaching that day, he's saying he's going to take Dean to the recording studio with him with the band. And once they get to the recording studio, the band's in there doing their thing. And Bill is kind of telling them, I got my 12-year-old son with me. And so can everybody please, kind of recognize that fact, including the cat that came out the back smoking something. We don't know what it was. We can only make assumptions. But anyway, Dean wants to participate really bad because, he started playing the saxophone because of his dad being in the band. And, Bill is trying to, make him happy or whatever. So he gives him a chance. He tells him, all right, now I want you just to play it when we all done playing at the end. Trying to give him a chance. But, and they go and they start the song, and it's actually the song that they're recording is actually the song that was used for the original Wonder Years theme song. So that was a little bit of a connection there. But they didn't get a chance to finish the song, to my disappointment, because Dean kept interrupting with his saxophone playing as he's fantasizing about being a little bit better than he actually is. And he told us that he was just feeling it. His dad kind of put him over to the side, and then after a couple of more awkward moments, he went ahead and called Lillian to come and get him. And so now Dean's a little disappointed because instead of being in the studio with his dad, he's forced to go to his mom's office, which he figures is like the most boring place in the world. And his mom's telling him about accounts receivable, accounts payable. Dean is just not feeling it. But then a situation comes up and Lillian has to handle. And Dean really sees what his mom actually does in the office. And she's, directing traffic. She's directing people, telling them exactly what they need to do to alleviate the crisis. And her boss even comes to her later on. And once he catches on to what's happening, and everything that she had already told people to do is what she suggests to her boss that they should do about it. And of course, since she already set it in motion, work is already done. But now she's made the boss feel like it was his idea, and it worked out great. And Dean saw, this masterful work firsthand that his mother was doing. It was some other things that didn't go quite so well, so far as the fact that when it was time to eat lunch, nobody really wanted to eat lunch with her because the secretaries kind of felt intimidated by her. And then with her being the only woman account executive in the office, the men didn't really want to deal with her either. So she ended up eating lunch by herself. Dean figured that that's what she usually does, but at least this time he was there with her. So it was a good moment. And also the fact that she had to, well, not had to, but they had her cooking cupcakes for the office for somebody's birthday. And then, he was asking about that, like, I guess you make the best cupcakes. And she said, yeah. And he even asked her, what makes the cupcakes down home? And his mother was like, slavery. And then she was like, greasing the pan, but mostly slavery. And so that was a pretty funny moment. And it was just, the fact that she was the only person in the office with a master's degree, and she basically knew her job, or knew that the way that the office ran better than anybody, probably even her boss. It just kind of shows you that she could be the best, but because she's a woman, because she's black, she wasn't able to actually be in the position as the best. And there's even a sadder moment towards the end where, because, the coach, Dean's Little League coach, and Corey's dad works in the office with her, and he had got a new account he was proud to have. And by the end of the episode, or by the end of the time in the office, uh, Dean's mom, Lillian, ended up getting the account and had to tell him that, he wasn't over the account anymore and that she was taking it. And, that's just one of the long list of things that they had her doing in the workplace that made this episode kind of hit home. It started off, Dean was not even happy to be there. Then he saw all the things that his mom did, made him very proud of her, and he had a better understanding of the things that she does all day. And it's not just running errands and going to the grocery store and making his meals. So when they get home, Dean and his mom walk in, and then Kim walks in asking for things, and Bill walks in asking for things, and Dean is disgusted. He's saying that they just got home, and you people need to, settle down and get this straight because they're tired. And his mom kind of just, lets that be the word that's said, and walks behind him like, you heard him. And that was a good ending to the episode. I think that this episode was a lot like the last one, showing how progressive Lillian is as a woman in the 60s. I think the fact that her education and her professionalism pretty much speaks for itself. Not saying that Bill is not, capable of taking care of his family, but it's definitely showing that Lillian is a big part of that, and she's, able to take control both in the workplace and at home. This episode, it was very good. I think that this show is really showing the inner workings, not just of a black family, but just how, families work in general. And the fact that it's a black family doesn't really affect the way that the audience can relate to what's going on in the episode. And I think that's why it hits home. It doesn't just hit home for me. It hits home for a lot of different people, a lot of different types of people. So let me know what you think. Of course, as always, the comments are open for any thoughts. Something I may have missed, anything like that. You can hit me up on Instagram and Twitter at the Rude Educator. Hey, it's your boy CB. We'll holler at you next time. Peace.